Welcome back, everyone. I was actually doing some offline resource gathering, trying to increase the amount of money I had in an effort to get closer to what we were going to need to upgrade our ship and get a bigger ship. And as you can see, as I was doing that, I've gone from about 900,000 credits to about 1.45 million credits. So that was going along just fine. And I didn't want you guys to have to watch me mine just like you saw in yesterday's video in each and every video. So I thought I would hold off in recording until I got to something more noteworthy, something I did want to record for you guys. Well, I found it. As I was going about my normal mining, I found this area and I thought it would be a good opportunity to do a video I had mentioned yesterday, but I actually didn't think I would get to it quite this quickly. I had mentioned yesterday about different ways of making money. And of course, one of those ways, the easiest probably, is to name and or upload everything that you find in the world, that different plant life, different animals, all the different areas on each world that you find, systems, planets, and so on. That's a quick and easy way of getting quite a bit of money as well. But the number one way that I've seen so far, and I haven't encountered it personally in my game, but I know it's out there, is to trade commodities or trinkets, whatever you want to call them. Those would be things like gravitino balls, Gek charms, vortex cubes, things that you find rarely on planets, and only certain types of planets have these items. But when you find them, they sell for anywhere from 20,000 to 30,000 plus each. Now, those also come at a cost, because if you want to mine that way and collect all of those, then you're going to get immediate hostile attention from the Sentinels. If you don't mind that and you want to fight the drones, then by all means, that's probably your quickest and best way to make money. However, as I mentioned, that's not available on every planet. So what can you do on most planets that you land on? Well, what I would consider to be the second best way of making money is to mine the things sort of like what you saw me doing yesterday. If you find a planet that has a lot of gold deposits or emerald, then mine those. Those sell for usually 200 units plus in the market, so you can get anywhere from 50 to 100K pretty quick, sometimes more depending on how much time you want to spend doing this. As I mentioned yesterday, it can get grindy, and for some people it would take away from the immersion if you spend a whole lot of time just doing this aspect of it. But for me, I enjoy it, and what I'm working on now is trying to upgrade ship, upgrade my own exosuit inventory, things like that. So I'm really not concerned with getting to the center of the galaxy or seeing every possible solar system I can. So for me, it's fun. Making money and being able to outfit upgrades, things like that, is fun. So anyway, so the first way, trade commodities or trinkets. Second way, if you find things like emerald or gold, mine those. The third way isn't quite as obvious to you in the game, but I came upon, as I was flying around the same planet we were on yesterday, I came upon this little outpost here. Now, it's a trading outpost, and it's got an area right over there for ships to land. But as I looked around, I thought, wait a minute, this is one of the few spots on the planet with life. So I thought I would come over here and see exactly what that life was made out of. Now, these life forms here are made of carbon. Not really all that useful to me for the purposes of making money. But when I look at these are made of iron. Now, when I mine these, I'm going to get quite a bit of iron out of these. And you'll notice that there are several of these in this immediate area. All right, now this is also going to attract the Sentinels over, but they're not going to get too terribly mad at me for getting this one. But as you can see, I've already walked around this area and gotten quite a bit of iron, and that entirely came from just these that you see here. Well, if you'll notice, in the same area, there's also plutonium. Now we saw yesterday where plutonium is quite plentiful in a lot of areas. Even this particular planet that doesn't seem to have a whole lot of anything other than gold. So as soon as I saw this, I knew that it was a gold mine. Now it doesn't look like it because there's no gold around here. It doesn't seem to be anything in particular that we would want to mine. But I can assure you that what we've just found will go a long way. And the reason is we can use the iron and plutonium to make bypass chips. Now you'll notice toward the bottom of the pop-up here that these normally sell for about 3,575 units each. Okay, and they simply take plutonium and iron. Well, that's all well and good. Doesn't seem like all that much each, but if you'll notice that the iron by itself sells for just under 14 units each, and the plutonium 41 units each. Again, these are averages, and your pricing will vary from planet to planet and system to system. But what you find out is if you do some quick math, then we figure out that the bypass chip takes 10 of each, 10 plutonium, 10 iron. If we go back to our plutonium, 10 of these would be about 400 credits. 10 of these would be about 130 credits. Add those two together and you're going to get nowhere near the 3,500 credits that you'll get from combining them. So just these two ordinary elements that you're going to find very plentifully on near every planet you're going to come across, because these are two of the most plentiful in the solar system or in the galaxy as a whole, then what you can do is take these two relatively common, you can take these two, combine them, and make something that is very valuable. And so here in just a second, I'm going to head inside and we're going to sell these. Actually, while we're doing this, I wouldn't mind the sentinels coming over. All right, go ahead and take care of him. Is there another one coming? Yeah, here he comes. Now, I don't mind him coming over because, quite frankly, with no more damage than he's going to end up doing to me, he's just going to hover there, and I can take care of him with a crit grenade and get whatever he drops, which is a lot of times things like this. Now, you won't be able to use them every time, but they're very valuable. All right. This is one of the things I do not like about the game so far. These milestone achievements take a long time. They sit on the screen, and then finally they let you go back to your gaming. To me, it takes you out of the immersion. I mean, it's not the end of the world, for sure, but no doubt it takes away from the immersion for me. You know, some people may enjoy the fact that it tells you every time you get one of these achievements, but I don't happen to fall into that camp. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and load up on these things and try to get as much as I can, simply because the more I gather here, that's the more money I'm going to be able to make once we get inside there. All right, so I think but plutonium and iron are very plentiful, and you'll see that here in just a second, we're going to be able to turn this into quite a bit of money. All right, I think we're done there, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording here. We'll come back in just a second and show you how much money we're going to make. Remember, we're going to start with 1.45 million, and then we'll come back and see how much we end up with. Okay, so I'm here, and I've been, over the last few minutes, I've taken what we had. Oh great, another journey milestone. I've taken the iron and plutonium that we had, and I've turned that into, let's fire up. Looks like we're going to need some new plutonium here pretty quick. All right, so I've taken all of that and converted it into the bypass chips, and I'm about to sell my last batch of 10 here for $33,585, and you can see that's going to make our new total 1.84. So we went from 1.45 to 1.8, almost 85. So we've made nearly 400,000 credits just in a few minutes here. So this is easily one of the best ways to make money. So I think with these 3 ways that I've given you in this video, you should be able to make money no matter what type of planet you land on. Whether you have a planet that's really literally a gold mine, or you find a planet that has lots of trinkets and you want to brave the danger of the sentinels and you don't mind messing with those, or you simply want to use this method to use items that you can find pretty much anywhere and turn them into lots of cash. All right, thanks guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. We'll be back later with more No Man's Sky.